All right, it's 1 o'clock, so I'm going to get started. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. My name is Emerson Smith. I'm CEO and founder of Pushnami. I want to thank everyone so much for joining me today. And I want to thank the e-commerce team at eCommerce Day for hosting this. I'm excited today to walk you through how merchants like you should focus on multi-channel marketing and introduce you to one channel that you might be missing. Like I said before, I'm the CEO and founder of this company. I've been in digital marketing for 20 years now. This is actually my third venture. Privately held, self-funded, profitable from day one. Opened our doors in 2016. We now power 20,000 websites globally with browser-based push notifications and other multi-channel marketing. We deliver just over 800 million messages per day on behalf of our clients. And it's been an amazing ride. Before we get too far down the road, I want to talk to you about browser-based push notifications. I remember receiving my first browser-based push notification from Facebook in the summer of 2016, and I was blown away. I come from an email and digital messaging world, and I didn't have any third-party software on my computer. And I got a notification from Facebook. I wasn't even on the website, and I can still remember the message coming up. And I just stared at it for 10 minutes. I couldn't believe that they had the power to do this with a simple single click. So that's how Pushnami was founded and how we got to where we are now. Our customers have used push notifications to increase engagement with their online audience, and more importantly, used it to increase their revenue and overall customer value. Here's the things I'm going to cover today. Multi-channel marketing. It's the buzzword you hear all the time. It's like the Bitcoin of 2018. I feel like these days. We're going to talk about unlocking a new marketing channel, tips and strategies, and then an exclusive eCommerce Day special offer that we have for you. So, what is multi-channel marketing? Multi-channel marketing, in the most basic sense, is using multiple channels to reach customers. You also hear it called omni-channel or cross-channel marketing. You yourself are a consumer. How do you buy online these days? Most likely, you're making a purchase on your phone or your computer and might be making that purchase because of a messaging journey that the brand took you through. Emails, ads, text, sales, stories, influencers, you name it. Now, this particular slide, I had actually pushed really hard for me to be setting a $20 bill on fire. And I actually got the clearance from our marketing team. They said, let's do it. But I think both HR and legal said it's a bad idea. It is technically illegal to burn money in the United States. So rather than recording myself doing that, I just want to share with you that every time I come across a website that is not using multi-channel, particularly with push notifications, I feel like this is what's happening. They're burning money. They could be making more right now. They're missing an opportunity to opt people in or retarget to them for free, things like that. And these are all things that you should really be caring about. Push, just like email, is becoming essential in order to stay competitive in the market. If you are not doing this, your competitors are. And it comes down to, are you sending the right message at the right time on the device that your consumers care about? So let's say this is your storefront. You sell high-end modern accessories and furniture. You've probably tested or are now running email programs. Maybe you're sending them welcome emails with a discount code when they sign up. You're running A/B tests on your store design to increase your average order value. Maybe even you're running retargeting ads or using that power to do text automations if they abandon the cart. All of this is a piece of multi-channel marketing. And it's then taking you what you know about the customer and sending them the right message at the right time. That's something that we'll keep talking about during this presentation. So you have here a sign up box for email, you're doing your A/B testing, right? And you're sending retargeting, all of that kind of good stuff. Ultimately, it comes down to three things when you're doing marketing. One, how can I acquire new traffic? Two, how can I turn traffic into customers? And three, how can I turn one-time customer into a repeat customer? You are trying to do all these things while at the same time giving your customer the best overall brand experience. Too many messages, they start to ignore you. Not enough messages, they forget you. 1 and 2 tend to fall into the acquisition bucket, while some parts of 2 and 3 are considered retention marketing. Okay. And this is what multi-channel can look like in a more direct funnel view. You probably already are using some of these apps and tactics. You are running paid acquisition campaigns. You're capturing emails on your website, nurturing them into paid customers. You may be using SMS, Facebook Messenger, and even a loyalty program. So how can you make this all work for your brand? When you just keep adding tools to your stack, are you managing your tech stack or is it managing you? Are you actually doing multi-channel marketing? Let's talk about some 3 key tips that I would recommend all brands look at in order to make sure their multi-channel marketing strategy is working for them. So tip number 1, you got to put your customer first. And everybody's heard this, and we all believe in this, and this is how you like to feel when you're consuming with a particular company or website. If your customer is not at the center of your marketing, then you're doing it wrong. An example of putting the marketing team first is just, for example, sending a daily email to all your subscribers that is not customized or targeted in any way. Okay, the marketing team can have a revenue goal to hit and potentially even achieve that. But is that really providing long-term value or what the customer wants? By using all the data you know about them to create a customer journey, you can actually build brand affinity and keep them coming back for more. Do they make most of their purchases on desktop computers at 11 p.m.? SMS is probably not the preferred channel at that point. Do they open and click only 1 email a month? Then figuring out what product or category they most prefer and sending only those emails is a much more optimal strategy. They're much more likely to buy when they are targeted with items that matter to them using the channel that they prefer. Number 2 is you have to audit your funnel, okay? Do you know what your conversion rate is? Do you know how many potential customers you capture before a sale? Figuring out your strategy stage by stage and metrics is key so that you can know what you need to improve. And yes, this means looking at even, that welcome email series that you set up a year ago. Is it still driving the same results for you when it was when you set it up? It's really important to have those metrics in place so that anytime you change things, you can see if it is creating a positive or a negative. Number 3 is automate what you can. You have abandoned carts, you have browse abandonment, and we're going to talk about what the difference between those are. Product reviews, product recommendation upsells. Once you know your funnel metrics, you can figure out where to put your attention. Are you seeing a big drop off of people looking at items but not adding them to your cart? Then you have a browse abandonment problem. Or are they adding items to their cart but then failing to purchase? On average, e-commerce is seeing that happen, more than 60% of the time. In that case, you have an abandoned cart problem. You can automate all of these things to re-engage your visitors into your funnel. The power of automation is particularly available if you combine machine learning in the messaging so that you can customize it down to each subscriber based on the time of day, the device, their previous history, on and on and on. Machine learning allows you the power to customize down to the individual subscriber with so much information. Even if you had a team of 40 data analysts working on this 24/7 a day, you would not be able to drill down. And so if you're not using machine learning now, this is something that you need to look into very quickly because your competitors are. Okay, so how do they all work together? Ultimately, that's up to you, your strategy. But as I mentioned in the previous tips, it's all about knowing your funnel and your customers. Are they on your site heavily in the morning? If so, an afternoon email isn't helping you. Do you have an abandoned cart SMS strategy set to go out 5 hours after they leave no matter what time? You probably need to rethink that. So whether you're small and growing e-commerce brand or well-established e-commerce titan, push notifications are the missing piece in your tech stack. Your customers expect to be communicated with on the devices that they're most active on, their computers and their mobile devices. It's no longer just about set it and forget it automation on email and social ad retargeting. You need to combine the power of all of these things together. So what is web-based push notifications? And it always amazes me how many times that people don't actually know what they are, even though they are becoming more prolific on the internet, and it's quickly becoming an essential part of doing business. Think about SMS messages that come to someone's phone. When you think about web push notifications, they're very similar to that, or the app notifications you're getting on your phone. You know, probably even during the time that we've been doing this session, if you looked at your phone, you probably have a few different app-based notifications that have come up on your phone. WebPush is very similar to those, except it does not require an app download, okay? All the same power that you get with an app-based push without requiring them to leave your website, to download an app, all of that sort of things. It is powered by the browser that is already installed on your device, whether it's desktop, mobile, tablet, all of that. And it can be sent in either one of these kind of device. The alert style messages, they slide up from top or the bottom right-hand corner, depending on what type of a browser you're using or operating system, and on mobile devices in a manner that's very identical to app-based push notifications. This means that you as a brand can leverage many of the benefits that app-based push have, real-time, personalized, in-the-moment communications without interrupting the sales process at all. And as you can see here in the left, this is what a notification opt-in looks like. You've started to see this on websites you're going to all the time. Why are they doing this? It's because it's working. With a single click to an allow, you now have the ability to send a notification to that consumer anytime they're online. They do not need to be on your website. They do not have to have that website up. It's the same thing on the mobile device. They will see that notification the next time they unlock their screen. 100% deliverability, no competing with other emails about the right time of day, no promotional tab, no spam box. This goes directly to the consumer the next time they're online. You can't really get more powerful eyeballs than that. Now look, this is a new channel for customer communication. Even though push has been around for over 4 years, it is still very, very new compared to some of the other things that you've probably been using, particularly email and SMS. Push notifications are a native feature built into browsers. You can customize just about every aspect of them the same way you customize an email or an ad campaign. On the opt-in side of things, the default browser opt-in is pretty basic. You'll see that up there on the top left, okay? And you've all seen those. These days, consumers expect to know why they should opt in. Usually they do. And what the value they get. At Pushnami, we've created something called Smart Opt-in that allows you to control the look and message of the opt-in. So if you look at the bottom left there, you can see something we've done for BBC with their shop, where you can actually customize the look and feel, make sure the consumer understands what they're opting into and control that message. You can even A/B split test what works best for you. Push notifications show differently across all different devices and browsers. Some of them are pretty basic, just a headline, a text and logo with a click-through link on it. Others, like Chrome on Windows, allow you an image, a full body copy, action buttons. For notifications, we always recommend providing all the items you see broken down in this anatomy graphic. So you can see here we have a large banner image, you have the logo, you have a title, content message. It shows the website of where they subscribe so they know where this is coming from. And then the buttons. And you can actually have multiple buttons on there that can all be controlled and tested and do different things based on what's been clicked. And now we go back to the funnel that I mentioned before. That's how we built Pushnami. Push notifications open up a new way for you to engage with your customers through things like welcome notifications or shipping updates. It helps you recover potentially lost revenue with browser abandonment and abandoned cart automations, and automate some retention campaigns like upsells, reorder reminders. You can even run flash sales or direct promos for product launches, things like 20% off everything until midnight. Those work great with push notifications. It comes to them right away. They know there's a very high urgency. And it gets delivered directly to the subscriber's desktop or mobile device. You take SMS, how important it is these days. It can only deliver to phone. Email, extremely important, vital for every business, correct? That goes to an app if you're on a phone, or some sort of operating system like Outlook if you're on your desktop. And it has the potential of getting labeled as promotional or even junk, or getting mixed with 20 other emails that are in their box. Push notification gets delivered to the device they're on instantly. It is so fast. It is the fastest marketing channel we have ever come across. So you have your welcome, browse abandonment, abandoned cart, shipping updates, all of that leading back to repeat customers. You have to grow your marketable database, all right? Everybody wants to build a larger database. If you had the ability to increase your email database by 10x, you would be over the moon about that. In push and across the industry, we see about a 4% opt-in rate to browser-based push. This is an actual published stat from Google. Thousands of websites use push. Many don't use it correctly or effectively to actually convert an engaged website visitor. One of the things we pride ourselves at Pushnami is that we help our clients maximize their opt-in rates. You can see the average Pushnami client is around 15%. We build machine learning powered opt-in strategies that allow you to control the message, automatically A/B test by multiple devices and location, all kinds of things like that. We allow you to control the branding, and we also offer you a lot of the knowledge about showing you where the right place to opt in is, at what time, and which ways will make them more likely to click that allow button. We have specific industry and vertical strategies that we let all of our customers access so that they can hit the ground running. So, would you rather have 4,000 or 15,000 subscribers this week? I bet either one is probably way more than you're collecting on your blog right now, but wouldn't you want to get as many subscribers as you possibly could so that you can deliver your message to them? And to benchmark that against email right now, so Sumo research shows that an email opt-in rate is only 1.95%. So if you're just trying to capture email addresses, you are missing out on a marketing channel that can drive a much larger subscriber base to you with an amazing deliverability. One thing to note about opt-in rates is also that Google has started to heavily invest in tech resources into punishing websites with poor opt-in strategies. Okay, Chrome 80 was released back in February. There's now been 4 other releases since that time. They are starting to track opt-in rates and will eventually apply something called quieter notifications to the offending websites. So if you are trying just to blanketly opt in people and they do not have a high opt-in rate, you run the risk of going what's called going quiet. And if going quiet, you will not be able to show the notifications from peering from the opt-in, effectively losing the ability to collect push subscribers. That's not what you want, okay? So make sure you're using a tool that is helping you monitor and maximize that. Engagement rates, super important, okay? Much like any other marketing channel, the key to driving conversions is having a compelling offer or message and sending it to the right user at the right time. We're going to dig into some push strategies later, but I wanted to show you how Push stacks up against some of the marketing channels you're probably already using. Per benchmark data at WordStream, paid Facebook click-through rates are just short of about 1%. AdWords search and display comes in about 1.91%. And AdWords specifically is 0.35%. MailChimp lists email click-through rates at 2.62. So what about Push? Customers see around 3% with Push. And keep in mind, this is a free channel. You, outside of perhaps a platform fee, Push is free to send. So all of these other channels that you actually have to pay extremely high margins for, you have to compete for, and that sort of thing, you can be doing for free at a much higher rate with push notifications. So your push subscriber base is your own website traffic converted into an engaging customer that subscribes to you that you never have to pay for again. Okay, let's look at some examples, okay? So first here we have bbc.com, who actually has a Shopify store. They sell books and trinkets and all kinds of great stuff. And one of the things that they came to us talking about is fixing their abandoned cart and browse abandonment strategy. So people were coming to the site, they were looking at items, they were either leaving after looking at those items, or they were adding them to their cart and then leaving and not completing for one reason or another. And how do you fix that? You can do that by putting them into an automated drip campaign that actually works in conjunction with what you're doing to get them to come back and complete. We've all been there with shopping. You are looking at it, maybe you want to go compare somewhere else, your kids start screaming, you don't have your credit card on you. There's all kinds of reasons why you don't complete the item. With this, when somebody looks at an item, Pushnami can automatically absorb that item, insert it directly in the notification, and put them into a drip campaign that says, hey, you forgot about this, come back. Or if they've added to their cart and they leave, you can start offering them discounts. Say, if it's been a day, hey, we'll give you 10% if you come back and purchase this item. Leads to a huge amount of increased sales, a huge decrease in abandoned and browse abandoned carts. And again, this is free. You want to retarget on Google or Facebook, you're going to have to pay for that. Another great client, Leather Up. This is a family-owned business out of Las Vegas, been in operation for over 30 years. Great success we've had with them for 2 years now using Push. And they're really interesting in that they're very high dollar ticket items. You know, I'd say averages above $200 for the items that they sell. Expensive helmets, really quality jackets, things like that. And one of the problems they were having was increasing the lifetime value of their customer through targeting recommendations and upsells. They would try and send it, you know, here's this new leather jacket, but they have so many items and so many different interests and so many different genders and things like that of different products they use. It was hard for them to do it. So we offered them something called Recommendation Engine. Recommendation Engine is an innovative system that Pushnami has come up with. And what it does is it takes all of your website visitors, all of your browse abandonments, all your abandoned carts, and all your sales, and uses the power of machine learning and says, okay, this person has looked at this item, they have purchased this item in the last 30 days, they're located in Austin, Texas, they're on a mobile device with a browser version 83, and this screen size is this, send them this item because this is what's most likely to get them to convert. Something that even if you had a team of 20 people, you'd never be able to drill down to. And what we saw when this happened is the amount of additional sales that they received shot way up. Their subscriber satisfaction shot way up. They were actually sending them items that they wanted. And that's the real power of doing this kind of targeting and using machine learning. Shady Rays, one of the biggest sunglass manufacturers in the world. If you haven't checked out their website, I highly recommend you do. And their focus is announcing new products and their weekly sales, okay? So this is an example of how the notifications are coming out and they're sending to them. It is used to drastically increase the amount of sales that they're doing at any given time. You know, if sales slow down on their store, they can send out 35% off store-wide, leads to hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional sales for them and a great success. And then ancillary to all the other things that they're doing, email, SMS, that sort of thing. So we'll talk about machine learning. One of my favorite things, one of my wife's least favorite things to talk about. I can talk about machine learning for hours. And I know everybody here is machine learning this, AI that, but machine learning is incredible. But it's also not a magic bullet. It is really difficult to get correct. And so we're currently under version 21 of what we call Pushnomics. And it took us years to figure this out. I consider my team here to be the best of the world at this. And not until version 13 did the machines beat the humans. But once they started doing it, wow, did they do it. And it's incredible. You can feed so much data into the machine learning and instantly get a response and learn more and more and try new things. So it's amazing. So here's an example of how LeatherUp is using the machine learning. Each offer is built by a supervised system that learns and grows over time to optimize and deliver campaigns. Someone in the West Coast is going to get a certain message as opposed to someone in the South gets something probably not so much winter related, more about gear and maybe a discount code. And then subscriber 3, it's based on their past history because they've already bought, right? You can see examples over there on the left. Manual optimization and sending can only take you so far. I know a lot of people want that control. They believe they have what it takes to understand their base, and all of those things can be combined. But using machine learning powered system enables you to save so much time and so much resources while preventing potential dollars from being left on the table. Okay, let's talk about some push notification tips and strategies. Okay. One of the most common things we get from clients is like, oh, I don't know, is this going to bother them? Are we sending too much? The most important thing is to provide value, not how much you send. Get them what they want based on what they subscribe to. When you send someone on Tuesday, what you send them from search, for example, is different from what you might say on Friday if you're on a mobile device on Facebook. You need to be able to feed all these values into your push system so you can create your own unique strategy. And about the annoyance or sending too much thing, I bet all of you have Facebook on your phone right now, and I bet you've gotten probably at least 5 notifications today from them, and you probably don't find it intrusive. It's because it's giving you value. You want it, right? So if you create that great experience based on what you know about them and what they've opted in to receive, you can send more than once a day. You can put it into machine learning and say, look, if this is something they really want, send it to them, right? And unlike email, where oversending can hurt your email reputation, it can lead to deliverability. Push notifications can be fully customized for each user and what you know about them. So if subscriber 1 is engaged with discount items only, you only send them specific items that you have a discount for. You know, subscriber 2 may want only items where there's a price reduction. Okay, awesome. And then maybe subscriber 3 only wants the newest and hottest items. All right, so every time you've got a hot new item, it will come right out and that sort of thing. So I've got 1 minute left, so I'm going to run through this a little bit faster. But I encourage you, before you spend all this money on ads and send it to email, one of the greatest things about Push is that you can actually test your creatives, your ideas, get that information and insert it into your ads that you're using. The responses are instantaneous. The other thing is, if you're using Shopify, we offer a 15-second installation. That's how quickly you can get going and live with this. And the last thing I'll tell you is that because of the e-commerce day, because of what's going on, we're really excited to be included. We're offering a 90-day free trial. If you want to try Push on your site, we will prove the value of this system for you. We have a 99% retention rate here for all of our clients. And if you are not using Push or it's not working for you, we really want to talk to you. So I really want to appreciate everybody for taking the time to listen to this presentation. It's really cool to talk about Push. And as always, I'm always available. Our team is available at pushnami.com should you have any questions or anything like that. That's it for me. Thanks so much.